T-minus 20 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Let's get ready to sucker!
Diamonds in my teeth, I got a lot of shine. Running up the number, that's a lot of crime. Try to take it from me, must be out your mind. I'm big time, lot of slime. Smoky in the air, that's a lot of pine. Pockets running over with the dollar sign. Try to take it from me, yeah. Big time, big time, big time,
Big time.
running up the numbers, that's a lot of crime. Try to take it from me, must be out your mind. Lot of shine, smoky in the air, that's a lot of crime. It's running over with the dollar signs. Try to take it from me.
Big time.
I got a lot of shine. Running up the numbers, that's a lot of grind. Try and take it from me, must be out your mind. I'm big time, lot of shine. Smoky in the air, that's a lot of pine. Pockets running over with the dollar sign. Try and take it from me, from me, from me, from me, from me.
Big time. Number 9. Diamonds in my teeth, I got a lot of shine. Running up the numbers, that's a lot of grind. Try and take it from me, must be out your mind.
And welcome into a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday edition of the YSN Power Hour. DJ Oakley with you, along with a few of the gang. Quinn's in the middle. We got Paul on the right side. Max below me. EB makes his triumphant return. And the mascot of your sports network. It is Jeff Penelope Betos, rounding out the group. Gentlemen, it is National Water Park Day, and as a guy who would love to be at a water park right now, but we're a men of the people, what is your favorite water park of all time? Either still standing or defunct. Quincy, we'll start with you.
You're muted.
Damn it. We were on a roll.
Oops. Kalahari. It's the only one I've ever been to, so that's the one.
Kalahari for you. Paul?
Geauga Lake. Geauga Lake was the best. You'd go up there when I was a little kid, and you just got in the water, and it was just a big, huge water park. It was a lot of fun. The wave and all the slides. Had a great time.
Geauga Park before or after they merged with SeaWorld?
Before.
Okay.
Yeah, before. When it was just all by itself, Geauga Lake was the best.
All right.
Yeah.
Billy Mack?
Yeah, I'm gonna double down here because that's the only one I've ever been to is the old school, the OG, Geauga Lake. So yeah, the wave was the best.
The wave pool?
watching all these idiots get caught up and falling, and that was hilarious.
It was terrifying as a little kid. I know that. The wave pool was like they had to warn you before you go in.
Yeah.
I stayed in the shallow, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not Michael Phelps. Nobody's ever gonna confuse us. Let's go to EB. What about you?
Going for the parlay. It's Geauga, man. That's honestly, I'm with Billy Mack. It's the only one I've ever been to, so it's all I know. And this is like pre SeaWorld, whatever that was. But it's the OG. It needs to come back, though. That's for sure.
Have you seen it lately? Have you seen like the pictures?
Dude, it's loud. They're supposed to be turning it into like a housing complex or something now.
Oh, that's sad.
Which I mean, but they're gonna utilize like some of the old park stuff.
That's sad.
Look,
Jeffrey?
Nope. I don't think I've ever been to a water park, to be honest with you. We never really went as like a family, so I have no answer for you.
Jeff had a hose outside. They just sprayed him down.
Like, if you call like adult slip and slide like being a water park, then yeah, on that mode.
Why an adult slip and slide? You didn't do stuff as a little kid?
No, like I never dealt with water when I was a little kid. We would have like friends that had pools, and I would go over there and want to like watch the baseball game, than necessarily go in the pool because one can't swim still at 29 years old, and I was never a huge fan of like water or anything.
So if we went on a cruise, you would not go in the pool?
I would probably not go in the pool if we're going to cruise because isn't it all you can drink and eat?
If you buy the package.
Yeah, I'm gonna probably buy the all you drink and eat package and then we're gonna have a good time.
Are you gonna take an undershirt, or will you wear an undershirt in the pool before you wear it at a wedding?
No, if I have to get in the water for something like it, there's no shirt being worn.
You're going no shirt. You're not one of those guys that wears a shirt.
No, I'm not. I'm gonna let this hang out, man. It's gonna be like a beach whale. They're gonna be like, man, who brought a beach whale to the cruise? Jesus, like they're gonna make an announcement.
There's a whale on your boat.
Yeah, that's what's gonna happen. If it starts sinking, I'm gonna have my own little boat because there's only one person.
Michael Page says, "Shout out, Jeff."
Shout out.
Formula One sucks.
Billy was one of those idiots. What idiot are we referring to?
The wave.
Oh, the wave pool.
You were one of those dudes that went like all the way up front.
Oh, that was deep end too.
As a kid, I was probably up in there getting tossed around by the wave.
With a raft or like swimming?
I mean, I really can't remember. It's been so long. I mean, I think I was probably 8 years old at that point when OG Geauga Lake was around.
Didn't they have like a buzzer that went off and then like you knew, so like you start paddling back?
Yeah, I think you're right. I think they did have a buzzer there.
I swear it used to like make
warning.
I swear it used to like talk.
Crazy.
Like you used to hear like out of a sound system like I am the wave, and then like it would come out and just like.
You might be right, Paul, because for some reason I've got anxiety about what you just like. Something came rushing back to me, like I'm gonna drown.
Yeah.
We are not insured.
The voice of God. Get out of the way.
That stuff scares the hell out of me. Mine is it's called Enchanted Forest Water Safari, and we went there as a kid up in New York. My sister and I, my aunt and uncle took us, and that place, I can remember their marketing was the best because they had a whole like jingle. You guys want to hear it? Because I'm going to sing it anyway, whether you do it or not. Enchanted Forest Water Safari, where the fun never stops. And then we would like add on to the end of it, because apparently they closed the doors at 6. So my uncle took me at like 5:30 one day. And he's like, we'll get it in half price. Well, we got it in half price because it was 5:30 and they closed at 6, and they kicked us right out of the park. Like, we never even made it to any of the water slides or anything. So Enchanted Forest Water Safari was legit. It was like the Geauga Lake of New York. So I don't know if they're still around or not. That might be some Google research I'll have to do here in a minute. But I miss Geauga Lake. I miss Geauga Lake for so many reasons. Because right across the way was SeaWorld, So you could, like, when they merged, they had a giant bridge that you could go from one to the other, which was really neat. Because I was a Shamu guy. I still to this day don't understand how awesome those killer whales are, because they are massive and the tricks they do are just insane. So Geauga Lake SeaWorld is top in the Ohio, and then Enchanted Forest Water Safari, where the fun never stops.
That does tricks.
What?
We have a whale that does tricks.
Oh boy. What is his name or her name?
Jeffrey Betos.
Jeffrey, you wearing a YSN shirt?
Yeah. That's
He's
it.
his man move.
Good on you.
Thanks, bud.
I'm proud of you. Is that 3 shirts in 3 days?
Must be laundry day today.
I'm good for once.
I know, and none of them are the ones we're used to.
I found a couple shirts yesterday as I was cleaning my room.
He finally cleaned his room.
It's dirty again, so that's...
Was it under the bed?
No, it was in some like drawer. Like I was cleaning out like a dresser drawer, and there was a bunch of shirts in there that I forgot I had.
Huh.
Do they fit? I don't know.
They a little snug?
A little bit.
Okay.
A little snug.
That's all right.
Okay, though. All right.
You'll get
Tuck
there.
it in. Tuck
Dog
it
days
in.
of summer are coming. Just go outside.
I was outside last night for 2 hours.
Were you drinking?
No, I was actually trying to putt the golf ball better, and it didn't work.
Good
No.
work, Jeffrey. We got 5 stars on your review from the Little League, so congratulations.
Ah, nice. New Albany did a really good job.
New Albany. That was it.
Wonder if that's going to be in the spelling bee tomorrow.
New Albany.
I will not be taken in the spell.
No, you did a good job. Richie did a great job, and we've got 2 more games, possibly 3. One tonight, one tomorrow, and possibly the IF game at 6 o'clock tomorrow for the championship. So make sure you tune in. That's all that's going on the network right now, other than our beloved talk shows. So make sure you're tuning in for those. Support these 10U kids, and they're putting on some good shows. Unfortunately, our team, Boardman, fell victim last night to New Albany, a.k.a. New Albany, and that was a 8-3 final score. Boardman just ran out of gas at the end. So hats off to Coach Treveri and his whole team. Tough outing for young Ricky Gozier. Threw 51 pitches in the first inning. So that was a tough outing, but he muscled through it. He got out of it. Then Patrick Vass took over, and that's all that Boardman needed from the bullpen. So that's a team that's never going to give up. Kudos to them. Tip of the cap to Boardman Little League and the 10Us. And 11Us as well, as the 11Us came up short again. New Albany ending their season over, I believe it's an Ironton. Is that correct? Is that what it's? I think that's what it is, Ironton. So congratulations to both those teams. Congratulations to New Albany, who keeps things going here in the tournament tonight. You can watch all that action tonight, 6 o'clock, right here on your sports network, guys. We're going to talk a little bit about the Olympics, and I got to catch your opinions on what happened officially yesterday morning for us in America, but wasn't televised until last night. Talked a little bit about it on Running Point, the mental health situation with Simone Biles. I know you guys kind of addressed it, kind of glazed over it. As more information continues to come out, now Simone pulling out of the individual competition, at least tomorrow. What's your take on the whole situation with Simone Biles? Is this a mental health situation, or is this a mental weakness situation from she wasn't exactly performing to the best of her ability, and she's going to step back so she does not really look like she looks? So what side of it are you on, or you fall somewhere in the middle? Jeffrey, we'll start with you.
Well, yesterday my take was a little different because I know that she was going to compete in the individual events, but now she's not. She's just a stooge and a sellout. She wasn't performing at her best weight, and she wasn't performing at 100%. And I understand that you want to be 100% for the Olympics, but even 80%, she probably still wins a gold medal in something. So she should have sticked it out and showed some toughness.
All right, EB, thoughts?
I give her kudos. Like, I always feel like mental health with a lot of these professional athletes isn't really talked about as much as it should be. And you hear a lot of people saying that she has the weight of the whole nation on her shoulders, and she kind of does. And if you break it down, we always prioritize a lot of these athletes, but the ones that we prioritize are these baseball players who get 160 plus games, or NBA players who get so many games. So they always get like another chance to actually do something or redeem themselves, opposed to where her window's so small. This is her third Olympics or second Olympics, to where she only gets this once every 4 years, and then after this year, I think that when they competed, what it was, 2016, that was Rio, that was the last big thing, and she's the one who came back, and everyone else kind of went their separate ways. I thought, maybe I was kind of surprised that she came back to this, or came back to come to this year, but I kind of give her praise for it, to make it that far, and for someone who's always, judged or scored differently, and just the freak of an athlete that she is, to sit there and finally say, you know what, I'm at my breaking point. Good for her. She's earned that moment.
Billy Mack.
Well, I grew up in the era of Michael Jordan, and probably one of the most mentally tough athletes of all time. So it's hard for me to think that when you work your, I would imagine, as many of the athletes, if not all of them, work their ass off for 4 years. So it's hard for me to think that if I'm put in that position, I would ever tap out. I think I would just, push through. But, it's really hard. Everybody is their own person, and they only have their own, they got to deal with themselves every day. So I just don't think I would tap out there.
Paulie?
Yesterday, I was pretty adamant that I thought it was chicken shit. It was BS. I was really on one side of it, and the more I started reading about some things, and then I read a great story that somebody shared about Carrie Strug when she did it. That they kind of really hammered on her coach at the time. That like the girl was crying and saying, "I'm hurt. You need to go out there and win this for us. Let's go." And pushed her to do something that, she was injured. And then the girl was hurt more after she did the vault. Now it was a huge moment for America. It's something that we all have ingrained in our brains, that you watched the girl do it. She landed on one foot and hopped around and did her thing, and it was there. But looking back on it, people were like, you should have just pulled her. And she was hurting, and she was injured, and mentally she was not there, but he forced her to go out there. I don't know. I'm not as harsh as I was yesterday about it. Listen, I was reading that she talked about when she practiced the one vault and she was spinning in the air, she didn't realize where she was. Like, she didn't know where she was contorting her body, and then she landed, and she was like, that I can get hurt. And I guess if you think about that, basketball's different, baseball's different, they're long seasons, but you're not jumping in the air and all of a sudden going, where the hell am I at? What's going on here? You're going towards a rim, that. Somebody like that, I can see a little bit if she's got some mental issues and she's not fully there physically and mentally, that yeah, she could. I can't imagine you're flipping and twisting and twirling in the air, and if you don't know where you're at, you land on your head and break your neck. Not a good day. So if she's not there completely, I get it. My thing is you've had 5 years now, because this is a year later. You've had over 4 years, 4.5 years to prepare yourself for this, and now you're on that big stage, and all of a sudden you say, well, mentally I'm not ready to do this right now. Where have you been for the last 4 years? Push came to shove, now here you are on the big stage. And Michael Phelps said it too. Those Olympic athletes feel the weight of the country on their shoulders. And I'm like, but you've trained and qualified, and you put yourself in that position to be there. Show up. Be ready to go.
I can respect that. Quinn?
Yeah, I'm right in the middle. It's one of those things, I respect the fact that you're coming out saying about mental health and all that stuff. I respect that a lot. But at the same time, it's the Olympics. Like, it's the Olympics. It's the biggest stage. You claim to be the best at what you do. Go do it. Prove that you're the best. That's it.
I like that. I like that. And I'm kind of, I wouldn't say I'm in the middle. I'm probably, because here's the thing about this whole situation, guys, is information keeps kind of leaking out little by little by little. And I think by the time it's all said and done, I think there's going to be enough information to make at least a informed decision on really what happened. Because where we're at right now is she's blaming mental health and pulling out of the Olympics. Now, the question that I asked Anthony on Running Point earlier is, at the end of the day, if you're the fifth gymnast on that team that didn't get to make the trip to Tokyo and didn't get to represent for your country, how are you feeling? When she's saying that, I don't want to, her words were, I don't want to cost this team a medal. Even though she's the one that was dubbed the greatest of all time, she came out and said basically, I had my Olympics, this is your Olympics. Like, she's not a coach. She's your number one. She's your ace. That's like going into, the postseason in baseball and saying, listen, Garrett Cole, if the Yankees make the playoffs, I'm not going to pitch because, you know what? I just had 2 home runs hit off of me. I'm not in a good space mentally. That's just not a good look, guys. It's just not a good look. The timing's not there. I think I'd feel better for her, and I'm trying not to judge her because we don't have it, but from an optics standpoint, I'd feel better for her if it was an injury. Like, you look at a kid who breaks his arm and you go, okay, he can't compete. Mental illness, we could never look at and say, oh, okay, this is why. There's a difference between mental toughness and mental illness, right? And I think that a lot of this generation coming up is going to blur the two of them. Billy, we've talked about it. Mental toughness is huge in sports. I mean, you're going to fail. In baseball, you fail 70% of the time. Who's going to get out there and when they get beat down, stand back up and deliver a big knockout blow? Who's going to hit a home run? Who's going to do a 2 RBI single? When they're in a slump that gets you out. To me, she's in a slump, and this is just a cop-out.
It's hard to argue that. It's hard to argue that. I think for me, if she would have made this decision before going, I think that would have been a little different. I'd be able to maybe, at least for me, understand or maybe sympathize or empathize with her a little bit more. I can't when she takes another spot trying to push through. You could say she tried to push through, but if it resulted into this, she knew today what she knew a week and a half, 2 weeks ago.
I agree. I think it's tough. And I think that the problem is you're going to see more athletes looking at this, and some people are going to celebrate to look at mental health, which is great. If you really need help, then you need to go get that help. But I think people are going to look at this as, if I go 0 for 10 in a streak during baseball, or if I can't make a free throw anymore because I'm off or I'm not focused, or I'm mental health is a very delicate egg, and I think people are going to use this as a crutch when the going gets tough, and I think that's going to be a challenge because we already live in a soft society. It's just how it is, and now you're looking at an invisible boogeyman that is called mental illness. Can anybody argue that?
Nope.
No, I mean, I think you got to look at it a couple of different ways. So, I mean, we're looking at how this just all came about, and I try to look at the big picture, and without knowing all the information, these guys go through a grueling camp. I'm sure it was easy for her to brush some things aside or not think of things at the time, especially when you're making your travel arrangements. You have certain commitments. You're always trying to find the reason to push how you're feeling away. But at the same point, eventually it all came down on her. It's a buildup, and in a perfect world, I think the timing is bad for her, and it would have been a lot better if this happened 2 weeks ago.
Right.
You know, I think we all can probably agree with that. Like, the timing is just terrible. But at the end of the day, like, look, you kind of feel comfortable in your own skin. This is her life, whether we agree with it or not. You know, it's her take. So, yeah, it sucks because she took a spot from someone. You know, and she's been proclaimed the GOAT, and she probably is the GOAT.
Self-proclaimed.
I mean, she probably still is, though. I don't know. I'm not a gymnast. You're never going to see me on any bars or balance beam or, you know.
Come on,
I'm lucky,
one time.
Dude, I'm lucky to walk down a sidewalk without tripping over shit, let alone a balance beam. You know, so I'll stand behind her. You know, it's one of those things. I think it takes as much courage for her to be on that stage at the place, knowing she's going to get all this shit and all the heat and everything, and to sit here and say, look, man, I'm just not there, and she's checking herself out more than anything. Does it suck? I'm sure she has a ton of regret. Yeah, I took someone else's place. Yeah, I'm not competing in this. You know, the whole butterfly effect of the decision she made is affecting so many different things, but you know, it's at the end of the day, like, look, to be in her shoes and sit there and have the balls to do it, you know, good for her. It's
No, I can agree with that. And let's brass taxes. If you've ever known the story of Simone Biles, you understand what she's been through a little bit to this point. It doesn't always go away. It just doesn't disappear out of the back of your mind. I just think if you look at the context, because I had a completely different outlook on it in the morning than I did when I watched it last night with my wife and with my two daughters, because I saw Simone Biles that said, I've had my Olympics. And I'm like, wait a minute. Like, it's okay to cheer for your team, but my question would be, was she there cheering for her team, or was she there out for attention? Because for every camera that was pointed at Simone, there was a camera pointed at the mat. And then it turned into, what's the reaction of Simone Biles? And I understand that's not her fault. That's the storyline and the storytelling of NBC. However, you got to understand that sometimes, maybe from that perspective, if I'm the coach, maybe you're putting her in the locker room and leaving her there. And you're saying, listen, if you want to be here for the team, that's fine, but let the team shine if you're not going to be out there. But then the other side is, you know, we saw them celebrating that she's a cheerleader. She's their team's biggest cheerleader. So if she didn't come out, there'd be people talking about her there saying she's selfish because she doesn't care about her team. Can she win at this point? Like, is there a scenario where she makes this out where she can win and still have that America's, you know, princess like she did going into the games?
No, dude. I mean,
and won the gold.
But at this point, like, obviously I get what B-Mac's saying, but like at this point, what's already been said and done where she's at, she can. It's going to be a double-edged sword, because if she's not out there, then it's going to be she's selfish. She should be out there doing this. If she is out there, now it's every camera. You know, you get 3 cameras on her and 1 on the mat, or you know, 1 on the current athlete. You know, but that's NBC's or whoever's filming. That's their narrative. You know. It's their narrative because they know it's going to attract viewers for it.
But
you know,
also, she might have been doing some damage control. As in, like, okay, I'm not feeling well. If I just disappear, I'm going to get just killed. But if I'm out here supporting my team, they're going to say, well, at least she's out there, you know, cheering on her team. And, like, they showed she was the first one to walk over to the Russians and congratulate them. You know, so I think maybe in the back of her mind a little bit, too, she might have been like, I might need to be out here a little bit, or I'm just going to get grilled, and they're just going to tear me up because I didn't even show up for my team.
Do you think that part of that's financial obligations?
I totally agree with what Chris Sigler said there, where she went there because of financial commitments. Because we talked about it a little bit yesterday. Like, she's been all over. Like, I couldn't tell you one other person on that gymnastics team. Simone Biles is a girl they've been pushing. You know, years ago, there was 1, 2, 3, 4 girls. You could name them all right there. But, like, she's been it. Like, that's the one person you know on our gymnastics team. And now she's got all kind of financial commitments for different advertisers. And now all of a sudden, like, if she's not seen in any capacity, they're going to be like, you might owe us some money. Because
Would you say that like she's probably the face of the U.S. or before she pulled out, like she was the face of the United States walking into these Olympics?
I
Like,
think you're looking right now, and if you
Ledecky?
watch, if you look at NBC right now, they're looking for the face of the American Games, and they are pushing hard. It's almost like watching WWE when a big wrestler goes down, and they're sitting there like, okay, who's gonna catch here? Who's gonna be the story? Because Simone Biles isn't working for us anymore, and they've kind of pushed them to the side, or pushed her to the side, and said, hey, there's no Michael Phelps for us to lean on.
Yeah.
Who are we going after?
Thing.
Yeah, who is there? Our basketball team stinks, so they're not going to lean on those pros. Our girls team's good, but again, like, that's not very popular, unfortunately.
Ledecky lost last night and then won.
Yeah, and then she won on an event that was the first time ever being held there. She's still got one more to swim, which they're putting all their eggs in that basket because she's never lost that event. She's never lost the 800. She is the defending champ. And then she's going to be like, I think I said the first or second American to win that event 3 times in a row. So, I mean, she's it. Ledecky, I think, sitting out. Other than that, what else are you looking at?
Jacoby's the Olympic darling so far to me. I mean, when she's the Alaskan swimmer. So when she did that and you saw, and a lot of that was the production value of seeing an entire community watch her on the big screen in a gymnasium. But a 17-year-old, this is someone where, from a marketing standpoint, NBC can get behind her and say, she's going to be around for the next probably 2 Olympics. You think about it, because she'll be 20 at the next one, and then 24 at the one after that. That's usually where the Olympic athletes peak. If it's not, NBA or basketball and stuff like that. But I don't know if you guys saw it. The 3x3 is what they're calling it. I like 3-on-3 basketball. It's really, really cool.
Our girls' team's unbelievable.
Women's team, yes, they are.
They are unbelievable. Quinn and I were talking about it the other day, and we talked a little bit the other day about
Who's on our men's team, or who are the women in the men's team? Who are they? Okay, you're gonna make me look it up. I got you. Never mind.
I mean, but like it reminds you of like what any 6 of us, like the 6 of us, could go play 3-on-3 right now in a gymnasium.
Yep.
You're only gonna play half court. And Jeff, you'd be down low, Jeff. Don't worry.
Jeff would just chuck it up.
Yeah. But, like, that's the kind of thing, like, we can relate to this a little bit. Like, playing 3-on-3, half court in a gym somewhere, and, you do a little razzle-dazzle. It's a little different. I mean,
by the way, I got Jeff. Like, it's me and Jeff going one-on-one. Kate wants a pay-per-view. Okay. We can do that. $9.99. We can make some money, boys.
Let's go. Lace them up.
Put it like 7-foot hoops.
8. You gotta go 8.
6, please.
We'd be banging our heads.
Some of us would. Some of us would be getting better airtime than they've ever had in their life. I'd be like Michael Jordan. I believe I can fly. We can make that happen. Need some of Paul's razzle dazzle.
Guys hated playing basketball with me because
Paul's the guy. I forget what movie, but it's like, let it rain.
Oh, that was
Along Came Polly. Rain Man.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that from the outside, but I was that guy that would like drive to the hoop and just like duck my head and throw the ball up, and it would like go off the side of the backboard and in, and they'd be like, "What the hell is that?" And I'm
Were you Rafter Ralph?
All day.
Throw it up and it goes into the rafters and stays there. Every sixth grader wonders who's the guy that shot that ball for 6 years.
Stuck in the I-beam up there, and they're like, "What the hell's that?"
We got to take a break. We come back, still more from the Olympics. What has been the most interesting sport to watch for you guys so far during these Olympic Games? Mountain biking was very interesting to me because there was a guy that pretty much came face to face with the Grim Reaper. If you watched it, we'll talk about that. We'll also get to our G. Berwick Farms. What's your beef? What is your filet? All that and more. But I would be remiss if I didn't tell you about, once again, the Berlin Lake Golf Club annual raffle, the golf cart raffle, Sunday, September 5th at the annual Corn Roast. $50 a ticket, and you can either get the golf cart, which is awesome, or you can get $2,000 in cold, hard cash coming your way. Best part about all of this, $50 for one ticket. They rip it off, they put it in, you win, they throw it back in. More chances, more drip, more swag, more things. That is the Berlin Lake Golf Club annual golf cart raffle. So sign up today, get a hold of YSN on our Facebook page, our Twitter page, whatever, and we will get you in touch with Amo, who is a good friend of the show and will be calling some games for us here this fall. So again, the Berlin Lake Golf Club, they're a proud sponsor. They want to make sure that there's a ton of people signing up for this so that somebody new, not Amo, can win the golf cart this year. So again, sign up today, and we'll be back right after this on the Power Hour. Come see one of the Valley's hidden gems. The Back Nine Bar and Grill on the Berlin Lake Golf Club is the perfect place for fellowship, fame, food, and fun. Check out our daily specials and ask about memberships. The Back Nine Bar and Grill on Hartzell Road in North Bend.
Your first and last stop with your tax return should be with me, Tracy Bryden at Greenwood Chevrolet in Austintown. No other dealer goes the extra mile to bring you the largest selection of vehicles at one convenient location. With guaranteed credit approval, I will find you the right vehicle and the right financing options for you. I am ready to go the extra mile to show you why no other dealer sells more cars, finances more, and gets you more for your refund than Greenwood Chevrolet in Austintown.
Quality, customer service, and integrity. Those are the 4 words that have driven our success since 1957 at Joe Dickey Electric.
Joe Dickey Electric is one Mahoning Valley landmark business that stays current with the requirements of our customers. Family owned and managed, we are an electrical contractor and energy solutions provider. Every member of our team adds to his or her skill set through ongoing training. Residential, commercial, industrial, automotive, and more. We keep ahead of the needs of our customers with a fleet of more than 50 vehicles and 24/7 emergency service, so you're never left in the dark.
Jimmy Sudman here, Director of Isle, Purple Cat, and Golden String. We are happy to support YSN and 2 of my favorite people, Scotty Mincher and Super Dave O'Malley. We are an agency that provides services for adults with disabilities. We infuse humor, passion, and joy into their lives. If you know of any folks with disabilities that need our assistance, please contact us.
Your teams work hard and give it all they've got. Well, so does ours, because 21 Sports and YSN give you extra effort when covering local sports. 21 Sports and YSN, winning coverage of our Valley's teams.
Welcome back to the YSN Power Hour. Mac, you all right?
Yeah. Trying a new thing out.
Okay. While we were away, I scoured the headlines here. Some unfortunate news coming out of the music world. Paul, I know you're huge into it. ZZ Top legend Dusty Hill passing away at 72. ZZ Top legend Dusty Hill. Make sure I have it. Yep, Dusty Hill. Passed away at 72.
One of the bearded guys, Jeff, that played guitar.
There's like 3 of them, so.
So Billy Gibbons is the main guy. Dusty Hill was the second guy. And ironically, the guy who played drums, his last name was Beard, and he didn't have a beard.
Oh, I thought you were going to say, ironically, it was Jeff Bezos, because that would have been super ironic. And he just had a mustache. So a little bit of sadness out of the music world. So if you have a chance to play a little ZZ Top today, do it in honor of Dusty. So before we left, we were talking about the Olympics. Guys, let's talk about some good news, some good stuff. I think this has been one of the most entertaining Olympics I've ever watched. I don't know if it's just because it's been 5 years since we've seen it, but I'm really interested in some of these. We watched mountain biking. I watched a little bit of rowing, which I still don't really like. I understand the concept, but it's not like made for television. I think it's more made for like a drone and just from the sky and just shooting down and seeing how far, because everybody seems to be so close and it doesn't look like they're really doing anything. It looks like they're doing rows at the gym. You know what I mean? So I know it's a little bit tougher than it is at the gym, but at the same time, not really capturing my attention. But was it kayaking I saw? Like whitewater rafting?
That looks tough as hell.
That was crazy.
And our women's 3-on-3 won gold.
They did. I saw it this morning, and it wasn't even close. It wasn't even close. Paige says the Olympics are a snooze fest. Is anybody surprised that Paige will watch Formula One but won't watch Olympics?
I would agree. It's snooze fest. I mean, if it's on, I root for it.
Really?
Like America, but
You were fired up last night.
because it was on in front of me. I wasn't at my house. I wasn't like I could change it. Like when you say mountain riding and kayaking, I'm like, these are Olympic sports. What?
Yeah. Listen, if you watch some of these, like mountain biking, doesn't sound like it'd be interesting. But what are you doing when it's the same thing you're doing when you're watching NASCAR? You're not watching for the race. You're watching for the crash. These guys were jumping over logs. They were off of like giant stones, and the dude goes head over heels into the dirt. I mean, he like almost killed himself. It was bad, and I lost it on the air. It happened live on Running Point on Monday, and I was terrified for that guy. Kate says you were very fired up at the Olympics last night.
I had a few.
He was 8 beers deep.
I only watched the Summer Olympics for Usain Bolt and Justin Gatlin, Winter Olympics for the bobsled.
I like curling.
Wait,
That
the
might
Winter
be-
Olympics?
Oh yeah, I love curling. I record it if it's on at like 3 a.m. and I watch it.
I
Yeah, because,
haven't seen ping pong yet, and I want to.
Like curling is like shit that we could do though.
Yeah.
Like
Absolutely.
Like that's like, hey, we can drink some beer, go curling. Like watching rowing is like drinking a White Claw. Like, yeah, I know it's alcohol. Yeah, I know it's some sort of a sport, but like I don't get the concept of it.
And it's like only the students from like Harvard and Yale participate in that sport.
Jeff,
we don't qualify for any of those.
Does the White Claw comment really get to you, Jeffrey?
No, it's all right.
As long as it has alcohol in it, Jeff will drink it. Come on.
Not true. There's some
Yes,
stuff
it
I
is.
don't touch.
Well, you like your high moons.
High noons are good.
Right, your high moons.
High noons are good. I haven't had those in a long time too.
That's because you couldn't pronounce them last time you had them.
One of the things is any last thoughts on the Olympics before we change the subject here?
Good napping going on like during the Olympics. I take a good nap. It's like watching the Pirates game. It's real boring.
Oh damn.
So,
Okay. Okay. That's the way you're gonna play it, Jeffrey?
saying I take a nap during the Pirates game and I take a nap during the Olympics.
Well, at least our team doesn't spend $1 billion and still not make the playoffs.
Well, that's okay. I'd rather have a team that wins over 60 games than watch a team that wins.
Come
Really?
on now.
Do you? Because what does it matter if you don't get to the playoffs?
You're the first or your last, Ricky Bobby.
I'd rather watch a half decent team than watch a crappy team like the Pirates play any day of the week.
So your butt's just hurt about the Yankees.
No, I come
Yeah,
on.
what's your deal with the Pirates? Like you get
No
you
fun
get pillaged.
You're just not allowed to have fun. No fun zone.
Well, yeah. If you stop Asian
Welcome
hate,
to
it'll
our-
be a great fun zone.
All right, welcome to PNC Park, where we will let you in. And no fun zone, by the way. Thank you.
You were showing racial prejudice, Jeff.
No, I was just saying hi to Tom. I was just saying, hey, Tom, how's it going, bud?
Yeah. What else did you say, Jeff?
Not my fault that his mom and dad didn't love him enough to play catch. Not my fault. He can stop striking out and ground it out to third base. That'd be nice. That was it. Tom got mad. He went over and maybe called the security guards.
Said, see that pedophile in the stands with the mustache?
No,
He's
I had a
hitting
full
on me.
beard. I had a full beard at that time.
I don't think your beard's ever been full.
No.
Just like your stomach.
I'm full right now. I'm a little hungry though. Hungry for some beer.
Okay, here's a subject you want to talk about, Jeff. I know this because you salivate at anything that is Barstool. So when yesterday, Dave Portnoy announces that Barstool has their own college bowl.
Is it really?
They're going to do live broadcasts. The exclusive rights they have of all of it. It's the Arizona Bowl. So on New Year's Eve day, they are going to have, I think it's a MAC school involved, and you'll have to forgive me because I don't know who the other school is, but Barstool is going to be essentially doing what we do. And this is the first step, according to Portnoy, as to what they're going to do moving forward. Do you like Barstool stepping into the spaces of CBS, NBC, ESPN, and what is it going to look like? And it's going to be on Barstool, so the words can fly, the language can be there. Do you like this, or is this going to be a mistake, kind of a one-off, Jeff?
I love it. It's something that it's going to be real different because it's not a bunch of stooges from ESPN, ABC, and NBC.
Go down.
And it's going to be really cool. I love to see if they swear on there, drop a little bit of the F-bomb, maybe the A-bomb, and stuff like that.
The A-bomb?
Ass.
That's a bomb now?
Well,
it's like a sparkler.
I'm excited for it. I'll probably watch that bowl game.
If Pat McAfee did it, would you?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Yeah, there's no doubt. There's no doubt. I'm not even into wrestling, and I start watching Friday Night SmackDown.
Have any of you guys ever played in a bocce league? Nope.
Kate's a professional.
Bocce, but not in the league, no.
Bocce's a great drinking game.
Jeff, anything you do revolves around drinking. Like it's
like, breathing is a great drinking game.
Great drinking exercise.
Exercise is great.
Between the inhale and the exhale is a perfect opportunity to raise a glass. Signed, Jeff Bezos. Quinn, what about you? Do you like Barstool getting into the live streaming events game?
Sure. They're in everything else. Why not? I think it would have been better just to call us and have us do it, but, whatever.
That's my boy.
Whatever. Barstool does everything else. They're like herpes. They pop up everywhere, so good for them.
Whoa. That's not very nice.
Did people say that about us, too? Is that where you got that?
No, they should have just called us. We would have done it. I'll drive out. I'll fly out there. Why not?
I think this is great. I don't know when. I can't remember how long ago, but at one point, bowl commit, you were allowed to pick invite. If I can get my words out right. You're allowed to invite whoever you wanted to come to these bowl games. So at what point does Barstool get a chance to say, hey, we can ask anybody we want to come to their bowl event? That's when it's going to be pretty cool, because then you're going to start to see the popularity of just Barstool in general and what schools want to kind of tag along to that and be a part of that. That'll bring up the ratings for a Barstool event outside of the Pinstripe Bowl, which is stupid.
I'm interested to see if they do this for sale or if they do it wide open, if they sell the advertising around it.
I bet they will do it for free and then sell the advertising, which will be a lot of their stuff, I would imagine.
It'll be $1 zillion.
Yeah.
How the hell did your door just open, Bailey?
My dog.
Ghost.
I saw the dog earlier walking around.
Yeah, and then
plus, who doesn't like the alternative to the BS that we've had to deal with for years, like Joe Buck?
Oh, you go right to Joe Buck.
You had to know I was going there.
Right to Joe. Paul, do you like it? I mean, this is, a little bit against the grain, but kind of in our space. You think about it.
Yeah, I mean, it's just it's another way to get eyes on your product. You know what? And if that's what they're going to do, then hey, more power to them. I'm down with it. I mean, because that's where it's going to. We all know that the technological age is here, and the old way of watching and doing things is kind of going to the wayside. So, move with the times. So, I'm with it. And I did see something college related today that the NCAA did say they are not reinstating anything from the past. So, Reggie Bush, right there, buddy, you're not getting your Heisman back.
That's stupid.
Why is it stupid?
Because he deservedly good as a Heisman Trophy back.
Why?
He broke rules.
He broke a rule,
He broke
Jeff.
a rule.
Yeah, it's stupid. It's stupid.
Jeff, what rule did he break? Do you know?
I don't really remember at that point. I know USC. I know USC shunned him, so he wasn't allowed there for like I don't know 5 or 6 years. I think he just went back a couple years ago.
I don't think he wanted to go back anyway.
Nobody.
The
wants to
disaster
go
that they
back.
put on the field. I don't think it matters.
That's definitely not true.
It's
Him
not
and the
true.
head coach ran for the
I'd rather
hills.
go back to USC than go back to Springfield, Ohio State, where you can beat your wife and be a
Yeah,
coach.
you know, one goes and plays for a national title, and one plays in the Pac-12.
I know one where you could beat your wife, still be on the coaching staff, and the other one, I don't know, pretty
He
cool.
got fired. He got
Yeah,
fired.
he got fired, Jeff.
Yeah, after it all came out. It's all right.
So he got
I
fired.
think that was the same year you lost to UCLA. by the way.
Jeff, do you want him to fire him before it happens? Hey, we think you might do something. We're gonna fire you.
We're pretty sure this is going to happen, so you got to go.
Going on.
Like, hey, America, innocent and proven until proven guilty, Jeff. Like that's like your foundation. America, I am America. Like, now you're not.
No, I am.
Okay.
Which side of the fence you on?
I'm on the fence that if you beat your wife and go and still coach, that's okay.
And he did.
But is that breaking a rule, Jeff?
That is breaking a rule. Pretty big.
Okay,
rule.
so if you break rules, are there consequences?
True.
Okay.
I'm just saying that.
Reggie Bush broke a rule. Plain and simple. He took money. You're not allowed to do that. They took his Heisman and said, "Get the hell out." USC was so dirty. The head coach was like, "I think I'm getting the hell out of here and going to the NFL and never coming back here again."
Pistol Pete.
Yeah, he was a scumbag too.
Whoa.
I love it.
So there you go.
Whoa.
USC, bunch of
Bobby
scumbags.
Bowden's a scumbag too.
Can't spell scumbag without USC.
That's right.
And I know you don't know that, Jeff, but trust
No,
us
I
on
know,
it. You can't.
No.
Bang! Put it on a tee. Hit it out of the park.
Done.
So you really feel like Reggie Bush deserves his Heisman Trophy back? Based on what?
Based on the fact that he was the best player in college football that year.
Oh.
Even though that he broke rules, but that, dude, like seriously, the
But
best
Jeff,
college
can they erase your memories? Can the NCAA come and zoop, 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 Men in Black zip tie you and then like you're done?
No.
You
They
say zip
can't.
tie?
I meant to say something else. Sorry.
Zip
You're
tie?
into some
Trust me,
freaky shit, Paul.
He might be zip tied sometime.
Carrie's Amazon order has 100 zip ties now ordered.
Yeah. Hanging banners. Those in my head today about hanging banners. But Jeff, they can't take your memories away. You can still say that he was the best running back at that time and XYZ.
No, was flat out the best running back at that time. There's no one.
Okay. So you remember
I think
that.
it's-
That's-
Are you like his cousin? Like what? Who are you?
I'm a huge USC fan, so back my boy up.
Okay. Do you want the
USC
wins back too
superfan.
that happened those seasons? They
Yeah.
took your wins away.
Yeah.
What number was Reggie Bush?
Scholarships.
All right.
Matt Leinart was 11. Lendell
No.
White-
You said this the other day. What's his name?
Matt Leinart.
Leinart.
That's what I said, Matt Leinart.
You
He's
said
number
Matt
11.
Leinart the other day, and I let you go in the car. You
He's number
said Matt
11.
Leinart the other day, and I let you go.
Your Pirates still.
Leinart. I mean,
Like Liner, like the one in his pants.
Like New Albany.
New Albany? Yeah, great name. He can crap out of Boardman, I know that.
Dude!
Oh, I'm sorry. My bad. Did I say that out loud? That's on me.
Are you wearing Depends because you're shitting all over yourself today?
No, I'm just saying they lost, didn't they? The team was pretty good. New Albany was good.
New Albany.
Gosh. I got my beef now.
Jeff, you're on fire.
New Albany.
And nobody is even giving you a cup of water to put yourself out.
Right.
They're letting...
You can spell a town's name with just one vowel.
Spell East Palestine, Jeff, and we'll let you go.
E-A-S. Sorry. Palstain.
Hold on, start over.
No, he forgot a letter.
I don't think
2
there's
letters.
an A after the T.
Go ahead, Jeff.
Start over. Spell it.
EAST.
Okay.
PALISTIAN.
Palestine?
Palestine.
That's how we say it in Pittsburgh. Down.
Oh, Jeffrey.
Right.
Palestine.
Palestine.
Nice job, Jeff.
Next.
I don't even know another one that I could have him spell. East Liverpool.
That should be easy.
Yeah. They're 2 minutes from West Virginia. I don't even know. Not even able to try.
I didn't ask you for where they are.
Yeah.
East Liverpool. Spell it.
I don't care. How about that?
Let's get to our G Burger Farms. What's your beef? What's your fillet? Brought to you by our friends over on New Buffalo Road, G Burbick Farms. It just tastes better. Jeff, do it. Get it over with, so that way we can cut you out of the show.
It's that I'm going to Dave Matthews Band August 27th. That is a Friday night. I get to go see Dave Matthews Band live. So with a group of my buddies, so it's gonna be a good time.
Wait a minute.
Live music. What?
August 27th.
Yeah, Friday night.
I thought you were working.
7 o'clock. No, the kids don't go back to school until August 3rd.
There he goes. There he goes. Not only is he going to come in and trash the Pirates, not only can he not spell East Palestine, but he's going to, instead of work on YSN that night, go to a Dave Matthews Band concert. I'm not going to say them.
August 24th, I'm going to a Chris Stapleton concert, so that's a Friday.
My gosh. All right. Please help us, EB.
Paul said the 24th is a Friday, but that's only 3 days.
Sorry.
I don't know. I really don't have a beef other than my legs still hurt from tearing up courts the other day. Outside of that, filet, it's just good to be home. Jump back on the Power Hour once in a while and get back to some semi sense of normalcy, which in our chaotic group is always fun. I've kind of missed it, so that's my filet for sure.
All right, Billy.
Sorry, Kate. It's September 24th, not August.
I got a beef and a filet. I came across this thing there for the show. I have a beef with celebrities who try to tell you how to live and do things. For an example, Ashton Kutcher, however the hell you pronounce his name, I feel like Jeff here. I just had a whole episode of Jeff for a second. Is a dummy. He says he rarely showers. He doesn't shower his children. His wife doesn't shower. And these are people who, like, everyday Joes are getting the People magazine and trying to worship these people. You guys are dumb. You're just stupid. Like, you deserve each other in that case. My filet is in about 14 hours here. I'm on a flight. We're heading to Laredo, Texas to compete, taking Grit City, and we're heading down to Texas to compete against the world. So the Palomino World Series is in Laredo, Texas, and hopefully we come back with some hardware.
World champions. Fingers crossed. Good luck, buddy. Paul, go ahead.
Mine's a beef today. It's kind of been a beef I've had for like the past 2 weeks with people who don't clean up after themselves. I've been going to the gym in the evenings for about an hour or so every day for the past 2 weeks, and it is a mess. I mean, dumbbells everywhere, weights just laying on the floor, and every day I go and write on the big dry erase board, clean your weights up, please. And every day they erase the dry erase board and shit's still laying everywhere. And so I've been trying to figure out a way that I can hide the weights or hide something so they can't use them. But I think I'll get in more trouble than I would accomplishing what I want. But just clean up after yourselves. It's common courtesy.
Nice play. Quincy?
It's a fillet. Steve Gilmartin has been making me laugh nonstop for the past 2 days with different pictures and memes of Scott Henthorn. So it's been incredible to say the least. And I know he's watching right now. So thanks for the support too.
I know he's watching because he asked me where I got this bat from, and he said, "That's a Baird Brothers bat, isn't it?" And I just gave the head nod. Baird Brothers bat. Mine is going to be I don't know, what would a concern be? Is that a filet or a beef? Because I'm kind of concerned about Jeffrey. He was not right. He was not right today. So my beef is that maybe Jeff needs to get to a mental health specialist and get checked out. I don't know. I'm concerned. Maybe he's mad at me because he came after the Pirates, can't spell my hometown, and then yeah. So I don't know, Jeff. I hope all is well, man. I know we took you off the Power Hour because you were acting like a jackass, but at the end of the day, I hope you're well, man. I hope you get the help you need, Jeffrey. So there it is. That's going to do it for our show today. Tune in tomorrow, a Thursday edition of the YSN Power Hour, 3 o'clock Eastern and 4 o'clock Central, in case you're in the Central Time. I don't know if you are, but I've always wanted to say that. So there it is. Wave the banner, please.
Good luck, Billy Mack.
Yeah, go get him, Billy. Go get him. Y-Town Astros. Peace be with you.